YouTube. We're here with Ryan Dinz, Dividend Stock Mastery. What's up, brother? How are you?
What's going on, man? Not much. Same old grind. How's it going on your end?
It's great, man. It's good to see you again. So, a little backstory here. Ryan and I have a mutual friend, a friend who I've had since we were children, little kids. So, met Ryan a few years ago. Turns out we also have kind of a similar backstory in the way we grew up. I grew up in the Seaside Heights boardwalk industry, and you grew up in the boardwalk industry as well in many ways. And now we're both kind of chasing that dream of being free and entrepreneurs. And that's what we're here to talk about, man. Like Dividend Stock Mastery seems to be going pretty well, huh?
Oh yeah, and it's funny that you said that because here's the thing: is we, people from Jersey Shore are hard workers. We grind. But up until a few years ago, we believed that the only way to get ahead was to work as many hours as possible at a good job. That's kind of how most people were brought up in there. But the landscape has changed, and I think this is the best time in the history of mankind to be a hustler, to be a moneymaker type person, entrepreneurs. Everything's digital. So if you're willing to outwork the next guy, I think that this is a great time to be alive.
Yeah, without a doubt. You put in the time, you put in the effort, you're going to go places. It's just a matter. That's just a fact, dude. So my main hustle right now is eBay, but I'm also in the cryptocurrency. I'm also in the dividend stocks. I'm also have like a wrestling website and a little bit of a platform there in the wrestling community. And there's a few different things I'm getting into. Now I'm kind of getting into the news a little bit and reporting that kind of stuff. So it's an ever-changing landscape, but tell me a little bit about why you dove in specifically to dividend stocks.
Oh yeah, well, I've been trading forever, and I still do trade crypto, and that's going pretty well. But I basically saw what was happening with a lot of people, including myself, a few years ago. I was getting into forex. I was day trading, and there was days where I made like a lot of money. Like I've had days where I made like $5,000 in a day, but then I had days where I like lost that in a day. And
Yep.
what was happening was I wasn't. Like I was a little bit profitable, but like you make $5,000 one day, then you lose 4,500 the next day. Even though you end up on top, the mental game is just not worth it if you have other things going on. So I kind of switched I switched my goals from, instead of trying to hit a home run and trying to make trading make me rich, I said, okay, let's hustle and put like 30 or 40% of all of my money into something that I know is going to go up 10 to 20% a year. So basically, I just started shooting for the long-term play instead of trying to hit the home run. Like I said, I still trade crypto, but my main account that I'm doing these dividend stocks with, I'm pretty confident that it's going to continually go up 10% a year compounding because the economy is not going anywhere. Anytime it sinks, the government just kind of helps everyone. That's all. I get in the government all day, but like I believe that the powers that be will not let this thing go down. And if they do, the whole world's screwed anyway. So then, worry about that when that happens, because then everyone will be screwed. So that's the way I look at it.
That's exactly correct. That's exactly right. Because what happens is the US dollar is kind of the linchpin of the entire world economy. Like everything revolves around it. And it's scary to think that we're about to put out another $1.9 trillion relief package, something crazy like that. That's just going to pump up the economy with more money. But that's good for guys like us who are into crypto, who are into dividend stocks. Cause I kind of had the same plan, dude. Like for a while, I was doing the same thing. Crypto, taking these risks, like buying a ton of the shit coin, thinking it was going to pop to the top. And then you get stuck with it and it drops down and you're in the long game and you didn't want to be. And it kind of sucks sometimes when it comes to that. But when you have a different mindset, like I like to personally dollar cost average. And that's pretty much what you do. You kind of explain that in the Dividend Stock Mastery Facebook group, which I urge you all to join. And just search it in your Facebook toolbox and you'll find it. But, compounding that dividend stocks quarter after quarter and investing into the same stocks over and over again, it just grows and grows and grows. And that's what I like to do with Bitcoin, man. I put in like the same amount of money every single week, no matter what, no matter where it's at, no matter where it's going, because I know ultimately in the 10-year plan, it's going to go to the top, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I tell people. I say, look at a chart of the New York Stock Exchange starting from 1789. Look at that chart. It just goes like this the whole way. And if you tried to buy at the bottom and tried to buy at the top, unless you were like an expert genius trader, you probably messed that up and you would have just been better off just buying. So what I do is I buy every week, regardless of what the market does. And what I do is that week, I don't have it on automated, where, you know, like they pick the stocks for me. Every week I choose, because I might say, oh, look, Apple went down 8% last week. Now would be a good time to buy Apple. Or, you know what I mean? Like anything that's overextended, I don't buy. And anything that's like oversold, that's what I look at. And that strategy, overall, it's a little bit better than the S&P. But I think long term, it's going to be way better because the S&P doesn't look for those dividends. My goal is, if I continue to do this in 10 years, I'm going to make like maybe $1,000 or $2,000. You know, I don't know the numbers, but like I might make $1,000 a week in dividend payments. That's shooting high, but like that might be like 12 years away. But seriously, like even if you had $1,000 a month extra, that's half a lot of people's salary just doing nothing, the passive income from dividends. So, you know, the reason I like my group and my, my YouTube channel, anyone watching, the Facebook group is called Dividend Stock Mastery. And the YouTube channel is Ryan Dinz, Dividend Stock Mastery. And I basically try to explain it to someone who has no idea what's going on as simply as possible how to do this.
Right on, man. Right on. And let's go over to your YouTube page real quick. I do have it up here on the screen now. You can see here we are rocking out new episodes weekly with Ryan Dinz, bro. Your channel is loaded with content, man. And I know you from when I first met you. I think you were like a rapper back in the day. You still rapping?
No, I don't really focus on music anymore, but it's the same thing. I mean, if you can be in front of a camera, you can do anything. Like, so, you know, I may get back into music down the line. If this thing blows up, I might say, hey, check out my other channel. But like right now, I just do it on the side. But yeah, like I learned a lot from the music business, though. It's kind of like you are the brand and your followers expect something consistent from you. And if you don't provide that, then they no longer care about you. It's the same thing, you know?
Yeah. And you've been very consistent with your content. If you look at, if you guys look at Ryan's page here, what I like that he has done is created simple yet eye-appealing thumbnails. And that's a huge help. That's something I need to start doing on my page. And also the consistency. Look, man, like a few a month. And these are quality videos. I went through these. I watched these the other night. There's a lot of funny stuff, a lot of entertainment, but also some serious talk about what to expect right now and into the future. So I really like what you did here, bro.
Yeah, you know, my channel, if you want to know what you're going to get before you even watch it, it's like a lot of guys that talk about what I'm talking about are boring. They say, hey, guys, look at these stats. Da, da, da. And some of them are very smart and they know what they're talking about, but nobody wants to watch that. I'm like, hey, look at my stocks, baby. And like, I'll do a dumb dance and I'll do something funny. And I try to make it short, sweet, no fluff. So you get the information and you get entertained. So that's what my channel's going for.
That's what it's all about. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to go live, have a live show consistently, but I like the way your channel's laid out, dude. It looks good, colorful, pops out. Real nice job there. But dude, talk to me a little bit about this GameStop situation. Now, this is something that we had spoken about in the group, which you can find on Facebook, Dividend Stock Mastery. Something that you seem to be a little critical of. I'll put that out. You seem like you were going to be a little bit less, I would say, bullish on the situation. Now, myself as well. Like somebody told me about it when GameStop was at $50, and I was still like, sounds a little shady. I don't think this is going to ultimately pan out well. But tell me a little bit about your feelings on that whole situation.
I didn't get involved in it. It's like, here's the thing: is my strategy is boring and long term, and I always want to jump on these, but I just try not to because I don't know. Like the way I look at it is if, like, let's say my whole portfolio right now on Robinhood, because I just started with a challenge. I'm not throwing crazy money in. It's worth like maybe 11 grand, my whole portfolio. So let's say I threw $1,000 into that and it lost like half of the money. All of a sudden, my entire portfolio was down 5% because I did that.
Yep.
And it takes half a year to get 5% the way that I do it. So it's just not worth the risk.
No, you're absolutely right, man. That's something that I thought about too. I did buy a little bit. I bought $90 worth of AMC stock, and at one point I was up, I think, $150 maybe, and I didn't cash out. I just let it ride, and the next day, man, I cashed out with like a $2 gain or a $3 gain. I got out just in time.
I actually did that too. I'm gonna pretend that I didn't, like I did, and I lost like $20 on it, and but I didn't take a big risk, but I just did it to like, so I could, I had made a YouTube video about it. So I was like, all right, I got to buy like 10 shares to like, or else I'm just talking about something. That's the only reason I did it, to try to act like it validates the fact that I made a video if I actually bought a few, but I'm embarrassed to say I did, because I should not be chasing stupid stuff like that. I just did it for fun.
But you never know what would have happened, man. Who knows? It could have gotten the other way, but we know that the government, we know that Robinhood, we know that the hedge funds, at least we don't know this for a fact. There's no evidence. So I shouldn't say we know, but we basically have figured out that they all kind of colluded to stop this. They stopped the momentum. They flooded the news stream with fake news about pumping silver. Like all of a sudden they want you to buy silver. Like silver is the big thing. Like since when? That's the first time I can ever remember people are like, oh, you have to buy silver. It's always gold, man. Like who wants silver? So that was kind of weird, man. Tell me about that.
Well, I think that they went for the silver ETFs because they're like, oh, well, like with what happened with Robinhood, it's like, oh, wait, they can manipulate it anytime they want. So they're like, what can't they manipulate? Okay, how about a silver ETF? And I think that's kind of what that was. So
it shifted the focus. It shifted everyone's attention to that. And I think the idea was to pull their money out of GameStop and put it into silver. And that's what the mainstream media was trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, I don't know if you looked, but there's like 30 lawsuits against Robinhood.
Woo!
I mean, as someone who I see sometimes the things you post on Facebook and then you invest in crypto, you probably feel the very same way I do about this. Not good. You cannot be halting trading. I don't care what anyone says. I don't want to say too much on this because, like, I don't want to, say something publicly about Robinhood. But I mean, come on. You say you can sell, but you can't buy, and that helps the hedge funds. It's fishy to me. The whole thing was fishy.
Yeah. I buried them publicly already multiple times, and I'm very strong on that. I have some Dogecoin on Robinhood. I bought some Dogecoin at 2 cents just before it started to go up, and I'm just going to ride that forever to see what happens. Like, who cares? If I lose it all, I don't give a shit. It was like $50. So we'll see what happens. But once that Dogecoin settles, I'm getting off of Robinhood forever. But I'm just going to leave it there, because you can't move your crypto. You can't move your crypto off Robinhood. It's not actually your crypto.
I know. Well, I don't buy crypto. I use Coinbase. I used to use Binance, but they don't allow Americans anymore.
Binance US, the same company. Binance. I'm
really?
actually in an email. I'm in an email thread with them right now because I have $50 of Bitcoin on Binance and I can't get it off because it's not enough, and they won't let me trade more Bitcoin in to get the Bitcoin out of there. So I'm stuck. I can't do anything with it. So they keep saying they're gonna open it up for 72 hours so I can get that Bitcoin out.
Hey, you want to hear something cool about Bitcoin? I was in it like 7,500. So like that's when I got in.
When it was that's about time when I got in too, because I think we were both chilling with the same guy. Like we were both hanging out with our friend. I don't want to drop his name here, but we were both hanging out with our friend, and that's about the same time I think I jumped in 7,500. My first ever buy was around 3,700, but it was a very small buy. It was like $100, so it didn't really go anywhere. It wasn't a big thing, and I think I sold it as it was going up. That was my first ever buy, but I started to really think about it seriously at the same price you did, around 7,500. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I lost money the first time it went to 20,000, and then I didn't sell enough. But I did save a little bit of it. So, but what I've been doing now is I've been waiting till it's like goes on an insane rally, and then I like sell like half of it, and then when it drops too much, I've been buying it, and I've gotten like 5 swings in a row. Like, woo! Yeah,
I love it.
My ROI in the last like year from crypto is probably like 450%. Like,
hell yeah, dude. I love hearing that. That's great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did similar, bro. I was getting into XRP pretty hard. I was like just throwing, because it was sitting at like 19 cents, 20 cents. And I know it had an all-time high of 384, and it was sitting at like 4 or 5 on the coin market cap list. So I was throwing like $20 at it a week for a while, man. Now all of a sudden I have a bag of thousands of XRP and it goes up to like 90 cents. And I'm like, here we go. We're going up to $3 again. And then the SEC shuts it down. Basically Ripple like is getting sued by the SEC. They're suing whether it's considered a security or a currency. We haven't found out what the verdict of that is yet. I don't even think it's really started. But it's still pumping. Like right now it's pumping again. So I'm kind of stuck with this bag and we're sitting, last I checked, it was like 43 cents.
Ooh, I don't want to advise you what to do at Ripple, but I never really liked him because, the only reason I don't like Ripple, to be honest, is it can be like manipulated like fiat, as from what I understand.
No, that's true. You're right. You're absolutely right.
And Ethereum and Bitcoin, Ethereum, the Wall Street bets is on.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's just a joke. It's a meme. That's all it is.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only own Bitcoin and Ethereum. I really like Ethereum, but I sold all of my Ethereum in the past 2 days because it's a
good idea.
1,500. So yeah. I put in buy orders around 1,200 and 1,300. But yeah, I mean, if like, I wouldn't advise anyone who's watching this that really, really doesn't know what they're doing. But like swing trading crypto is, in my opinion, a little bit. I like doing it more than I like swing trading stocks, because I don't know, like stocks sometimes you have to wait, like if you want to do swing trades it takes like 2 years, sometimes a year, 2 years, maybe sometimes if you're lucky 6 months. Crypto, it'll go 20% up in a week and then go 20% down, and all you got to do is put your sell orders high and your buy orders low, and then that's what I've been doing. I always have orders in. If it goes high it sells, if it goes low it buys, and then just keep playing the range.
Yeah, that's smart, bro. That's super smart, man. Look, dude, you're a smart guy, and that's why I like having you on the show. And I'm happy to have you here now. And hopefully we can continue to do this in the future as your channel continues to grow. I'm sure you're on the road to monetization, as I hope I am as well. Although I just have a gut feeling that some of the stuff I talk about that YouTube will not monetize me, but that's fine. We'll still stick to the game plan and build that audience. But bro, check out Doge, man. Doge is sitting at 5 cents. Look at that. Pointless coin, 5 cents. 24 hours up 344%. I only bought a little bit though. I only bought $50 worth, man. So,
I didn't buy any. You know, Wall Street Bets is pumping that thing.
Yeah, I know.
Bitcoin.
I know, bro.
I don't know
it's
why.
Amazing.
It's just some meme of some dog. I don't know anything about Dogecoin, but apparently it's just a meme of a dog as their logo or something.
That's it, dude. That's it. So I went through this site the other day. I'm going to actually bring it up on the screen now and show you. This is the Dogecoin website. And I had my buddy on the show last week, and I was showing him, and he was like, "What is this?" So here it is. It's exactly the same as Bitcoin. Like it is the same exact thing as Bitcoin, but it has there's nothing to use it for. And it's basically just a coin that was created out of a meme. It was a meme that went viral on the crypto message boards, and somebody created an actual coin. And you know,
it's hilarious to me. I just don't know enough. I'm sticking with Bitcoin, Ethereum. Here's why I'm very bullish on crypto in the long run. This year, a lot of dumb people don't notice it. I mean, but like everyone is like, "Oh my God, I'm getting my stimulus checks. Oh my God!" Like you just can't print like $4 trillion. Like you just can't do that. It means your like. You increase the amount of money in circulation by 30%. It means your money's worth 30%. It's not going to happen overnight, but that's what's going to happen eventually. And then if you really look at why they printed the money, it's to give their corporate buddies like there's a lot of the corporations literally bribe the politicians to do what they want. And then the politicians go, "Oh, look, there's COVID. Let's print $2 trillion, give $500 billion to the people, and then give 1.5 to the corporations." If you're smart, you're seeing that and you're buying stocks in crypto because they're printing money to help the corporations. Okay, that's going to be good for blue chip stock companies. But it's going to be terrible for the dollar. Maybe I should buy crypto then. That was my logic. I got really into this because I saw what was going on behind the scenes. I hate politics, but you have to focus on it if you want to know what's going on in the markets because they're relevant. They really are.
Yeah, 100%. I got way better at stock investment when I started paying more attention to politics. And one of the things that was funny today is like I might have shared with the group that I have a pretty high holding in Snapchat. I'm up about 300% on Snapchat investment. And that's because I bought in at like, I don't know, like 12, $13. I bought a bunch of shares. But today they had they had their earnings call and it went well. Like they did really well. But dude, the minute that earnings call ended, the stock crashed. It went down, like it was at $60 a share and it just went straight down. And I'm still kind of new with looking at the charts and understanding what happened, but I'm going to actually bring up the chart to show you because it was pretty much, it was pretty weird, bro. So I have a feeling there was maybe like calls put in to sell once it hit 60. I don't know, man. Maybe you could tell me more about that. You know?
Well, that's one of the reasons I don't day trade is because these things happen and I don't understand them fully. So like what I do is I don't really focus on that too much. I'll just look for a good price entry and then a good sell entry. So to answer your question, I really don't know that much when it comes to. I know that when they have an earnings report or a call like that, it gets real volatile real quick. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. They always say buy the rumor, sell the news. You know, that's a little bit more day trading than my expertise goes, though, to be honest.
I'm going to show you this chart. I'm just pulling it up right now, and you're going to be amazed because when I looked at this, I went into the day thinking that Snapchat was going to be money after the earnings call because I knew they went up. But give me a second here. I knew they were going to go up. I just knew it. They were rocking and rolling. Everybody was saying that they were a buy. You know, the company's killing it. Their engagement went up. Their advertising went up. Everything was looking beautiful. And then as soon as this report hit, as you can see on the chart, crashed, line straight down, dude. Look at that right there.
Go to the right a little. I want to see what the numbers say. Oh, so it went from 68 to 52. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh,
dude,
that might
in like
be around. I don't know.
So my goal, what I'm thinking now is I'm gonna set maybe a sell at 60, bro. Because if it gets back up to 60, then what the hell, man?
You want to hear something that's killing me right now? I bought in at Snapchat at $6 and I sold all of it at like 14-ish. And I was going to rebuy next dip and it didn't dip. It went to like, it kept going up to like 30. And I had buy orders in and it never hit any of the buy orders. It just kept going up. And then eventually I said, I don't like how high it is. And I stopped looking at it. But I'm so mad that I just didn't hold those shares. I had like a G worth of it. That would have been like, it would have been worth 10 Gs. Like,
bro. I just got a question from a fan. All right. And the fan's name is Radcon Cheese. And Radcon Cheese says, what's Dinz net worth? LOL.
I don't know. To be honest with you, if you can watch a YouTube video that talks about how I got out of 8 months ago, I was 70 grand in debt. Now my net worth is 20 grand. So that's a success.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but like I had to put the disclaimer on because 20 grand net worth and he's talking about stocks. Who is this guy? But to answer your question,
that's got nothing to do with it, bro. That's got nothing to do with it because if you watch your YouTube videos and go back and listen to them, you know what you're talking about. You're not talking gibberish. You're a smart guy. You know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want me to be completely honest, a couple years ago, I've been sober for a year and a half, and a couple years ago I drank too much, and next thing you know, I moved out to California, and I was like 70 grand in debt and unemployed. That was like less than a year ago. So the second when I got my shit together, like my life got better quick. So if I can increase it by the same margin in 2 years, my net worth will be like 200 grand. So I'm on the right direction. I'm a wrecking ball right now. So ask me that in a year, it'll probably be better than 20 grand though.
Hell yeah. And it's great that you shared that story because I'm sure a lot of people have had that same struggle. I know I've had that same struggle. You know, many of my friends have had that. So here's my question to you. Like I did look at one of your YouTube videos and you talked about meditation and how it kind of changed your course in a way. And it did the same thing for me. My only struggle is I'm a procrastinator and I have trouble sticking to certain things. I almost feel like I'm juggling too many things and I have trouble focusing on one for the long term. And my meditation really fell off over the past 6 months more than anything. I think I kind of started falling off like in November, but give it like, what's your experience with meditation?
Oh, I meditate every single day. For about a half hour usually. Sometimes I'll do like a quick one in the morning that takes 10 minutes. Sometimes I'll do a sleep one, but I always do the midday one. And it's only like 25 minutes long. And what I do, sometimes I'll do the hour-long one, but like basically what I do is I have this voice that brainwashes you into believing that you can achieve and that you can be successful. And I do that all the time because it works. I believe in the law of attraction. And here's the thing, man, is if you had any sort of like, you grew up in the area, so pretty much most people in suburban America have to deal with this. I would say it's even worse if you live in like a ghetto, but like you're surrounded by people who have small minds and don't believe that you can do great things. So
100%.
you start to believe that you can't do great things. And you start to believe that you should just fall in line and get a bad job that you don't like for not that good money. But then when you start hanging around with like rich people and successful people and doing these meditations, you really quickly not only believe that you can, like, that you can. Like, you know what I mean? All I'm saying is like part of it is relaxing you and getting you to attract what you want. But part of it is also like literally reprogramming the crap that's in your brain and turning into the mind of a winner. So.
I love it. That's a great word of advice, man. I always found it. I haven't had a good meditation in a while. I still try to meditate every day, but a really good one hasn't hit in a few months. And I just remember when I was really in that zone, I remember the thoughts would come in, right? These random thoughts that you would never have normally. Like in your day, you wouldn't have these thoughts, but they would just pop into your head and you would find a way to go back to that mantra, back to that saying, back to the breath, whatever it is that works. And those thoughts would go away. And you would kind of get to this place of silence where thoughts would come. Like I would get to a place of creativity. I don't know if that happens to you sometimes in your meditation, but I get to this place of creativity where sometimes the ideas are just so many that I need to get out of meditation. It kind of freaks me out. I'm like, oh my God, I can't juggle all this stuff. Give me a notebook so I can write it down. So have you had any like kind of weird struggles with like getting to that meditative state like I have?
Well, it takes forever. And here's the thing is, in the beginning, I didn't believe it. And then, I feel fifth dimensional energy when I'm in deep meditation. And once you feel that, then you know it's for real. If you're meditating and you can feel the body shaking and you feel the energy going through your body, you know you're doing it right. So once you start doing it right, you start to try to do it better. I mean, it's not always easy. Like today I meditated and I didn't feel any fifth dimensional energy because I was like stressed about work. And I started feeling it at the very end. But sometimes that's why it's better to do an hour long if you're real stressed, because it takes a half hour to kick in. But I mean, yeah, you just have to like learn to like, when you do them, let me ask you this. Do you do ones where a voice is telling you what to do? Like a guided one?
A guided meditation. Those are the best, dude. Those are the ones that I had the best success with, especially when it was one that I would use consistently. What I had a problem with is trying a lot of different ones and getting off course with that consistent guided meditation.
Oh yeah, I can only do guided meditations. I mean, to meditate by yourself, it takes like an expert, that's expert level. If you don't have a guided meditation, people can do it. Like, like those yoga dudes can just sit down and 5 minutes later they're feeling it. But like a normal person, you want to do the guided ones.
100%. Agreed.
And I heard this one guy telling me, a lot of them say, do it 21 days in a row, the same one. And that's what I do. I do it 21 days in a row. And by the 21st day, I'm sick of that one. And then I'm on to the next one and probably never listen to that again. So.
That's a great piece of advice, man. That is great. I'm actually going to try that. That's a great piece of advice, dude. So we're about a half hour into this thing. And I want you to hit us with a bomb here, man. Like, this is what I try to ask all the entrepreneurial minded people who are on this show, to give some practical real life advice. You've been through it all, man. I know where you grew up. I know what was going on around this area for the last 20 years. You know what I mean? So I know your struggles, man. I'm with you. And you're at a place where you're kicking ass right now, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get bigger. We're in what I like to tell our mutual friend and some other friends that I have is that we're in the first inning. Like, it just started. Let's crush this. So give some like real life, real world practical advice to anybody who might be listening to this right now.
Okay. The one thing that I pride myself on is I I can crawl out of a bad situation and make it better. And in the past year, like I did that. And like I was in a really, really tight spot like a year and a half ago. I just moved to California and I was like massively in debt. And the one thing that really changed everything was I just did it. I stopped making excuses and I just did it. And now, like the way that my life is I never stop moving forward ever. And I don't ever believe anybody that tells me I can't do anything. I think that when someone tells me that I can't do it, it's because they can't do it. And their belief, they're trying to put it on me. Like, and all I'm saying to anyone who's like life stinks right now that's watching this and like doesn't like their life and really wants to change it, if you just do it, it'll probably work. And then if you fail, you'll be a little bit closer to where you were to when you try whatever you want to do next time. Like, and yeah, like that's all I can say is I think that 90% of the money game is mental. And I think a lot of people let negative people get to them, and I don't think they believe in themselves. But like making money on the internet is so easy. Making money in stocks is so easy. You just have to actually not talk about it and really do it. And and also don't try to get rich with some crazy stock scheme either is another piece of advice I could say. Try to get rich through marketing or through e-commerce or through starting your own business, and then take half of your money, stop spending money on dumb crap, and put half of your money into like very non-risky stocks, like, like Apple and your AT&Ts and your things that are going to go up, or Johnson & Johnson's, and just put them in stocks like that and watch them. Watch them go up over time. Don't try to get
Exactly.
rich. Invest wisely and get rich on your own. That's another tip.
I love it, bro. I love it. And remember, these stocks, man, they split and you end up with more shares and they just go up again. And especially when you're going long term, that's where it's at, man. Dinz, thank you so much for joining me, bro. Give final words, man. Where can people find you? What do you want people to do?
Oh, yes. The group is called Dividend Stock Mastery. If you want to join the Facebook group, I'll accept anyone that asks. Also, Ryan Dinz Dividend Stock Mastery is the YouTube channel. And if you want to find me on Instagram, ryan.dinz. So,
bro, I love it. Cool, thanks, man. Appreciate it, brother. Yo, let's do this again next month, man, if you got time.
Oh, for sure. Awesome.
Awesome. All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Take it easy.
Yeah. Peace, everybody. All right. That was Ryan Dinz. I got Will here. Will says, yeah, Apple stock. Definitely. I do like Apple stock. That just had a split recently, and a lot of people made a lot of money, and a lot of people are going to make a lot more, brother. So thank you guys for joining me. Thanks to Ryan Dinz. All of his links will be below in that description. Make sure you follow us on YouTube right here and subscribe and all that good stuff. Share this video, get the word out there, because we're trying to help people. We're trying to help people and help ourselves at the same time by having fun conversations that people enjoy, that people can get some kind of, value out of. That's really what it's all about. So I'm out of here, guys. I'll talk to you later. See you in the next video. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe the next day, maybe again tonight. I don't know.